There's a lot of mental processing that goes into football. From remembering plays, formations, and schemes.
Yes.
To making sure execution is tip-top.
Perfect. Had it, baby.
Not to mention handling the stress of being a high school student.
Kids get overwhelmed on the field. I definitely have before. We have the school, you have coaches yelling at you, other teammates yelling at you. It happens because it's a high emotion sport.
So this year, Fern Creek football added a new element to its program that will help better center the players. Yoga, which is part of the mindfulness program. Koki Harris is the team's mindfulness coach.
We realize that for student athletes, self-care is not always a priority. One of the students mentioned to me that I should come and coach them, and I went to Coach Abel, and he said, I think it's a great idea.
It just seemed like a need for a lot of our guys.
So before every game on Fridays and after every game on Saturdays, the Tigers come together and do yoga.
When I first began, I think a lot of them were kind of nervous about the idea of it, and now I've realized that a lot of times they will come to me and say, Miss Koki, can we work on knees today, or can we work on hips because my hip is bothering me? When we first started the program, they complained a lot about it, and now they just get down and I think they realize that it makes them feel better overall.
And the players have noticed it's starting to bleed over into other aspects of their lives.
It helps us keep our composure. Like, for example, in the classroom, when something's not going your way, you just got to control what you can control.
It helps my well-being, helps me not just explode with all the different information and emotions going throughout the day.
Fern Creek head coach Josh Abel says he's noticed the progress of this new program throughout the season.
As the season has progressed, you can see that guys can kind of come back to center a little bit faster. Guys take coaching a lot better in certain situations. Guys are behind one another a lot differently than they were at the beginning of the season.
Even though Fern Creek's season recently came to an end, the hope is the players continue to apply these mindfulness techniques outside of football.
We tend to forget that these kids are athletes, but they also go through things. They experience loss. They get overwhelmed sometimes. And I think that this is important just to keep them in a good space mentally and to make sure that they're in a good space as well as physically.